Continuing coverage of Virgin Islands Governor Albert Bryan Jr.'s fifth State of the Territory address. Monday night, he spoke about his administration's accomplishments and about how he and the 35th legislature can continue to work together to improve the territory. As we reported, he spoke about the improved fiscal health of the government, booming tourism, as well as infrastructure improvements and fixing ongoing issues with WAPA. Today, here's more about what Governor Bryan had to say about the state of education in the territory, crime, housing, and the economy. The rebuilding of Virgin Islands public schools is well underway, with the Department of Education's new school modernization project progressing well. But at the State of the Territory address, Governor Bryan noted, while efforts to improve buildings are important, the true mission of education is graduating students who are competent and capable. So as he enters his second term as VI governor, he's vowing to continue to focus on providing quality education.
The Virgin Islands Department of Education, or VIDE, is at an unprecedented time where federal funds are available to execute much-needed improvements in public education territory-wide. The department will utilize $138 million in American Rescue Plan allotments to reform, rebuild, and rebrand public education. The VIDE is committed to transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders.
Bryan also spoke about his mission to address the territory's housing crisis from a variety of angles.
As we work to address the housing crisis that has been building in the Virgin Islands for the last decade, we must act quickly and thoughtfully. We will do this by creating new, high-quality housing units and helping revitalize neighborhoods where we build them, ensuring everyone in our community will rise together. But as we seek to identify additional housing and improve the general curb appeal of our community, it is impossible to continue ignoring the tremendous number of abandoned and derelict structures in our neighborhoods and towns.
To address those blighted properties, the governor said he will be sending legislation to the Senate to modernize the Virgin Islands laws addressing abandoned and rundown properties. He also spoke about addressing crime and efforts to restore safety, peace, and tranquility in the islands. The governor touted the ongoing work of the Virgin Islands Police Department.
Our officers are capable and hardworking. They did the police work and removed criminals from our community with your help. Over the last 4 years, we have put in place a comprehensive effort to address crime and violence in our territory. We have invested significantly in public safety. VIPD has been unable to recruit and retain ideal manpower. We've been hearing this for 20 years. So we invested in technology to expand our capabilities. Cameras, drones, shot spotter system, and marine vessel. This past year, the Virgin Islands saw a lower rate of gun violence and a higher rate of arrests. All categories of serious crimes declined versus the prior year, and the territory recorded the lowest number of homicides in a decade and the second lowest in 2 decades.
Getting criminals off the streets is one thing. Governor Bryan also said the Bureau of Corrections just launched its offender reentry program to keep people from going back to prison and spoke about efforts to address youth violence. And in terms of the economy, the fate of the global economy remains in the balance. And with inflation still at record highs, Governor Bryan said the territory is sailing into some strong winds.
We cannot predict with certainty what 2023 holds for the global economy. So we must continue to build our economic resilience for what is to come. So while we count our blessing, we must remain ever vigilant that hard times are inevitable and we must be prepared.
The governor ended his fifth State of the Territory address admitting, despite all these accomplishments, there remains much work to do. And he called on government and all Virgin Islanders to put in the work, come together, and make it happen.
Virgin Islanders, join me as we embark on this journey. God bless you. God bless the Virgin Islands. Love you.
Governor Bryan Jr. also spoke about health care, the progressing efforts to rebuild hospitals in the territory, and the positive efforts made to address mental health as well. And we will have reaction to his State of the Territory address from Virgin Islands Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett later this week here on USVI News.